Live Lingua episode 19, asking how are you, formal versus informal. In this section, we're going to learn how to say how are you in different circumstances. Now that might sound simple, but remember in Spanish we have formal and informal, and to add a spin in there, it even makes it more complicated when you're talking to a group of people. Kind of how are you guys or how are you girls has its own way of being said in Spanish. So we'll go over all of that so it won't be very confusing for you. So let's start with the basics. If you're going to ask one person how they're doing, you would say, ¿Cómo está? That's formal. You could also make it even more formal by saying, ¿Cómo está usted? Remember how we talked in earlier episodes, you don't actually have to add the pronoun in Spanish, but you can. So you can either say, ¿Cómo está? Or ¿Cómo está usted? When you're doing formal. If you're in an informal setting, you're talking to your friends, and you pretty much want to say, what's up? You would say, ¿Cómo estás? I'm stressing the S there, you don't have to do it when you say it, but ¿Cómo estás? Is how you would informally ask somebody. And if we're talking plural, so you're asking 2 people, 3 people, 1,000,000 people, if you're that popular and know that many people, you would say, ¿Cómo están? There's an N there, right? ¿Cómo están? You can also add the pronoun, which is ¿Cómo están ustedes? ¿Cómo están ustedes? Notice that we don't actually have gender differences here, so at least we have that going for us. We don't have to worry about a Mr., Mrs., whether female or male when we're asking this. So in this exercise, we're just going to practice this so you can kind of get a hang of it. Let me give you some examples. We're going to say whether it's formal or informal in English, and then we're going to give you the person you're talking to. And you just have to ask them how they're doing. So, let's start. Informal, Mr. Smith. What would you say? ¿Cómo estás? Formal, Mrs. Jones. What would you say? ¿Cómo está? Or ¿Cómo está usted? Informal, Mr. and Mrs. Gonzalez. How would you ask them? You would say ¿Cómo están? Or ¿Cómo están ustedes? Repeat these exercises as many times as you need until it all becomes second nature to you. Let's get started. Empecemos. Formal, Mrs. Ramírez.
¿Cómo está usted?
Informal, Mr. Smith.
¿Cómo estás?
Formal, Mr. and Mrs. Jones.
¿Cómo están ustedes?
Informal, Mr. and Mrs. Ramírez.
¿Cómo están ustedes?
Formal, Mr. Jacobs.
¿Cómo está usted?
Informal, Miss Landon.
¿Cómo estás?
Hey everyone, I hope you all enjoyed this video and your Spanish is improving like mine. You can continue the Spanish course by clicking on the next episode, which is on your screen right now. If there's any topic you want me to cover in a future episode, please just leave a comment below. And finally, if you want to get additional free Spanish practice, get early access to all of our videos, and find your ideal Spanish tutor, just click on the link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Hasta pronto.